What's up, guys? A few days ago, one of my friends asked me to make a Pokedex, and if you don't know what Pokedex is, there is this cartoon named Pokemon. I used to see it when I was way more younger, and each the Pokedex has the information for each Pokemon. So, as you can see, I have built this Pokedex in front of you, and this is just a live demo of it, and we are going to be building this in this video. So just for example, let us enter an ID called 1 and hit load Pokemon. It says Bulbasaur, which is a grass and poison type Pokemon, or let's just say Scyther, and load Pokemon. We get Scyther. So this is all our Pokedex has got to offer to us. But what else we'll be doing in this series, I mean not in the series, in this video, is that we are going to create it as an exe file and have it in our desktop as an icon over here, and just that's all we are going to do over here. So first, let's get what all we need. So let's open a command prompt over here, and if you're on a Mac or Linux, you'll have the terminal option. You better open that right now because we need to install all our dependencies. So you have to do pip install. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Zoom out to here. Pip install py Pokedex. So this is just a simple module. It's already installed for me. You guys can install it, and if you want to know more about the py Pokedex module, all you have to do is open your web browser. You can use whatever browser you want and type over here py Pokedex, and this is the first link you'll get. This is the same thing we have just done, and you have all your py Pokedex stuff over here. The second thing we'll be needing is pillow. So I don't exactly remember the word we need to install for pillow. So it is pillow python. Yeah, pip install pillow. Control Z. It's already installed for me. So, and the last requirement we'll be needing is pip install url lib3, and I don't think it's really that necessary also, because url lib3 is auto installed when we install py Pokedex. It must be somewhere around here. Only request, yeah, url lib3. But anyways, just in case it doesn't, you can just always do this and check if it's all installed or not. And then we can just, let me just create a new folder. I mean, so I can just do md yt Pokedex, and I'll cd into my yt Pokedex and clear my whole screen. And I want to open this project as a PyCharm project. So I personally like to use the conda interpreter because virtual environment and the pip environment doesn't really, I don't really use them much because it's just personal choices. PyCharm dot, not PyCharm. If you only do PyCharm, that will open the project which you were working on before. PyCharm dot will open the project in the directory you're currently in, just like VS Code. If you write code, it will open in just a simple the play in the folder you were working before. But if you put code dot, it will open the directory you are currently in. So we can just delete all this boilerplate code, and I'm using the conda interpreter as it is said over here. And you want more things. Base is for conda over here, and if it comes when, that means you're using the virtual environment. Okay, without further ado, let's get right into the coding part. So the first thing we need to import is the py Pokedex module. So let's just do import py Pokedex as py. Next thing we'll be needing is pillow dot image and pillow dot image tk. So let's just do import, import pil, everything in capital, that's a short form for pillow, dot capital I and image, put a comma, space, then pil dot image tk. Okay, so our next module we'll be needing is Kinter. From Kinter import asterisk or everything basically. Next we'll be needing urllib3. The last thing we'll be needing is from IO. IO is an auto install dependency, you don't need to install it, and so is Kinter. We'll be needing bytes IO. So let me just put a comment on top. These are our imports. Okay, now next we'll create our window for our, what do you say, a project, or basically our Pokedex. So Pokedex.main loop, this creates our Kinter window. So let's just run and see how it looks. Just give it a second to run, and this is our window, but it's quite small compared to the thing we did last time. So let me just run the main.exe and transfer this here. So see, the size is quite different, isn't it? So like, I think we need to customize this a bit. And now to customize it, we'll give it a geometry with Pokedex dot geometry, and we'll give this a geometry of 600 by 530. So now this 600 is our width and 530 is our height, and this x is by, like, if of course in classes we have learned that it's length into breadth for the area of the rectangle. So it's just the vice versa, it's breadth into height in this Python geometry thing. And now we're just going to give this a title like Pokedex dot title, and you can give it whatever title you want. I'm giving it Pokedex. Now next up we need to configure this thing, and we'll do that with Pokedex dot config, and over here we are going to just pass in a padx of 10 and pady of 10. Okay, so that's one thing we'll be doing. Next up, Pokedex dot, okay, let me just explain this a little bit before I just comment it out. So as you can see, our maximize button is not working over here. It will be on all operating system, and when I hover it over here, I'm not able to really resize it. So unlike our command prompt over here, I can resize it, I can full screen it, I can do everything, but that's not happening for this. And this is something I did on purpose because that's what I want. Now what else we can do is, it's just something that I'm adding over here. Pokedex dot min size, and we are going to keep our min size of 600 by 530, and Pokedex dot resizable, we'll just set this to true, shall we? Oops, yeah, sorry, wrong. True and true. But what I did while making my Pokedex was, I did Pokedex dot resizable false and false. That means we can't resize either the breadth, nor the height. Length, whatever. Next, let's give it title. So as you can see over here, I have a title over here called Pokedex. So I want a title like that. So for that, I'm just keeping a label over here label, and we want this inside our Pokedex. We don't want it inside any other thing. So let's just keep the text to Pokedex, or rather Python Pokedex. Python Pokedex. And after doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a title.config. We're going to configure it with title.config basically. And we are keeping a font of Arial, and ours has to be 32, and let's make it bold. So this is only one technique over here, wrapping it like this. What else you can do is create another brackets over here. Now do that and just type Arial, put a comma like that, type 32 and bold. But I like the other way, it's kind of easier instead of a tuple. So tuple or tuple, whatever. Then we are going to pack this. What we are doing is we are just packing the label. So let's just comment this out and let's just run it. Let's see what happens. So our window is of the same size. We can't resize it, nothing. You can just check like that. The same size, yeah. But even though we have created the title over here as a label, why isn't it being shown over here? Now the answer is very, very simple. We haven't packed it. So what we want to do is pack it inside our Pokedex. So we are just going to do title.pack and just keep the padx of 10 and pad y of 10. Okay, so next up, all you gotta do is press Ctrl Alt S or Command Option S, I guess, on Mac plugins. Install tab 9. That's the best thing you can do right now. So I already installed, but like, okay, apply, restart. Just give it a second, it'll restart. I am doing this right now because tab 9 is an amazing thing. It's better than Kite, as I'm comparing right now. So it won't restart because I ran it through this thing, my command prompt. That's the only thing. Okay, so oops. Yeah, that's good. So we have packed it. Now we want the Pokemon image. We want the image of the Pokemon to come in the play. So all we gotta do is Pokemon image is label Pokedex. So we're not really adding any attributes or anything like that right now. We'll do that later. So let's just pack this. We don't want to configure it this time. Pokemon image dot pack. And we are going to put a padx of 10 and pad y of 10. Okay, that's good. Now we want the information of the Pokemon. So let's just do info. Info basically like, by info I just mean like, let me just do 12 Butterfree will come in. So this is the Pokemon image which we are going to do. Okay, I wish I had the tool over there like that. Never mind. And this is the info, like 12 Butterfree. This is the ID. This is the name. So this is our information, and this is our type. So that's what we are going to put into play right now. With info is label Pokedex, and again we don't want to pass anything. Let's just do info.config. We were configuring this time because it's not an image. The last one was an image and we really didn't really need any configuration for that. Anyway, let's continue. Info.config, we are going to create the font of Arial. There you can see guys, tab 9 is coming to play. We don't want a 16, we want a 20. We really use tab 9 to make this, but I felt it was a little irritating after a while, so I disabled it. Never mind. Let's continue. So info.pack, we are packing this with the padx and pad y of 10. See, that's tab 9 coming into play. How amazing is that, guys? So now we want the types, and we're keeping a label over here, label of Pokedex, and now we are going to do a types dot config. Okay, not Arial 32, we wanted Arial 20 as usual. Now we're just going to pack this with types of pack padx is 10, pad y is 10, and you can see it's coming into play with tab 9, and that's amazing. So we are just creating a function over here, and we'll do the function later. First, let's just make all the things that are needed for a GUI project. We'll do the backend part later. Our backend part comes under the functions. Okay, and there's only one function, so it's very easy, trust me. So we want an ID or the name, ID underscore name, and we're going to create a label, and we are going to call this label in our Pokedex, come on, yeah, and we are going to keep a text of enter ID or name. So, and we want to convert it to lowercase, because we can't just have everything in lowercase. The user can input any uppercase or lowercase thing, so whatever we do, it's converted into the lowercase. Now we want to configure it, basically. ID underscore name dot config, and we are configuring this with the font size of 20 and Arial also, sorry about that. Anyways, it's right by our tab 9 has anyways auto completed for us, and we want to pack it with padx of 10 and pad y of 10. Next, we want to create a text area for us to enter the ID or name, which is over here, and we are going to do that only with 3 lines of code. Text of text, and over here we are going to say pass this under a Pokedex, and we're going to give it a text. No, I don't even need text here. Height, wrong. Height of 1. Now we're going to configure this text part, config with Arial 20 as usual. Okay, now let's see tab 9 coming into play, guys. That's amazing, literally. Yeah, next up we need this button over here, which has the thing load Pokemon on. If we click this, our Pokemon gets loaded, like for example Dragonite. Let's load this. So once I click it, it loads. I'm going to add few more functions to this, because if I type something like 1000, so there's nothing over here. We just want to create a label, and after I delete the label. Okay, next up, we're creating the button, right? So btn, basically button only, this button, and we want this as usual inside our Pokedex. And next we want the height of 1. No, we'll do the height later. Text is load Pokemon. Well, all the GUI part is very easy, but when it comes to the backend, that's a few people get confused, and there's nothing to be confused about. I literally promise that. And I will keep a command. And right now we didn't do the command, and the command is going to be placed in this function. Okay, so let's configure the button.config Arial20, nice, btn.pack and the padx and pad y of 10. And that's done with our GUI, guys. Our GUI is done so easily. Okay, now our function. We are going to create a load over here. Load. And Pokemon is pipe Pokedex or pipe as we imported it before. Dot get. And we are going to create the name of text dot get. We are going to get passes like 1.0 and end-1c. You can research on this and add your own things, but this is what I prefer. Next up, we need to do, I think I've had some problems somewhere. Let me just check. No, there's no problem. I forgot. I just remember that our next variable after Pokemon was fast on 31. I forgot that I didn't type this imports last time. Never mind, let's continue. Okay, so now what we want to do is create an HTTP request, HTTP, and we are going to call the URL lib3 over here dot pool manager. Okay, that's it. Next line, we want to create a response to the HTTP over here. Response is HTTP dot request. Okay, and over here we could just type get, put a comma, type Pokemon, oops, yeah, dot sprites. Just like scratch, you know, sprites. Pokemon dot sprites dot front. They're just getting longer. Now get, and I think we need to pass default over here. Default. That's it. Okay, next up, all we need to do is create an image. Am I right? Image http dot request get Pokemon dot sprites dot front dot get. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, let's create the image, and our image is, let me just keep it closer to something. Image is yeah, it's pill.image. I forgot about that. We had imported it before only. Pill.image dot open. We need to call the bytes.io over here. Finally, we are using that bytes.io, and response dot data or data, whatever. Okay, that's what we need over here. Now next up, we're going to create another image variable, but the name shouldn't be same, otherwise it will pop up an error. I mean, the error won't be there, but we want to get the correct thing. So we look pill.image.tk, and in this image tk, oh wait, come on, I forgot again. We need to pass another thing over here. We need the photo image option. Photo image, and we need to call the image inside this. Nice. Next up, the variable we made, Pokemon image, over here, we are calling that image, and we are configuring this, the config, and we are going to do this. We are going to create the image. The image is the image, other image, I mean. And now Pokemon image is image. Pokemon image is image. Okay, it's kind of getting like image, all the images. Info dot config, and in our configuration, I mean, what am I saying? Configuration okay, while configuring this, we need to pass an f string in the text because that's the best way to do all these stuff right now. We need to pass Pokemon in, what do you say, in the curly brackets, or basically braces of this parentheses which I'm putting over here. Pokemon dot dex dash, wait just a sec, I think we should do this. ID is that dash name is Pokemon dot name. Nice. Now we need to configure yeah, no, sorry, I don't need to, I guess. Yeah, types dot config. Yeah, we're going to configure the types. Text is again an f string, and we are going to do, yep, text is types, okay, Pokemon dot types. Yeah, I put the bracket s in the brackets because it's possible this thing has only one or even like two or multiple. Like for example, let's just go for Rayquaza. It has two. Well, and Butterfree, I guess. No, Butterfree. Caterpie. Okay, yeah, it has only one. That's so I'm adding a few more functions which I didn't add in the one I made before, and it kind of gets interesting like that. Because so our Pokedex is ready, guys. Nice, sis 123. It's Saitha, I know that. Oh yeah, I'm very sorry guys, my fault. So in the command I forgot we had to add the load thing over here. Load, done. Now let's do it. 123. Wait. And we have it, guys. How cool is that? Caterpie. Beedrill. Electabuzz. Okay, so I think we need to do another small thing over here. We need to try, and we are going to put all these things inside our try. Okay, tab, and we are going to create an exception, and we're just passing it. Now try. Let's just do random. Nothing comes, so let's just put it in bad input. Now, as I promised before in the starting of this video, we are going to really like convert this thing into an exe file with a logo. Like literally, I mean it, with a logo. So for that, the first thing we got to do is open Google Chrome or any kind of browser you want. I prefer Google Chrome for this kind of stuff. Okay, now the next thing you got to do is type Pokedex as logo and open images. You can choose whatever you want. What I prefer is this or even this, but it's not prefer much, this or this. I'm using this one. So let me just save this image. Save image as Pokedex. Where's the Pokedex? Or say YT with Pokedex. YT, where is YT? YT Pokedex, all files. So we can't save it as a PNG file or JPEG file or anything like that. We must, I mean it, must save it as an ICO file. So, okay, alright, I forgot there are two alternatives to convert to. I mean, there are many, but I'm going to show two alternatives, but I'm using mainly one. So we have to save it as icon.ico, and our ICO file is saved icon.ico. Okay, so I'm going to be using PyInstaller for this. I think you might have heard of it before. Never mind. We are going to actually put it into play right now. Let's cover the whole screen. Okay, and before we do anything, let's just install PyInstaller. Requirement is already satisfied, of course. And for the second method, those of you who want to make it to an RPM thing or DMG file or anything like that for Mac or Linux, all you have to do is pip install. Okay, I have really forgotten the word. It's cxfreeze. So cxfreeze. Just copy this word over here. Copy. Control V. Oh, it's already installed for me. Okay. So for the ones using PyInstaller, to create a Windows executable. So PyInstaller, and then we want to create an icon for our file. Before that is -f icon. Wait, sorry, dash icon equals icon.ico, and now we're going to convert our main.py file. Just wait for a minute. Wait for it to load. Okay, so it's almost unloading. It's kind of silly. Like, I release videos once a month, but I just released a video yesterday. I'm recording this one today and releasing it also. So I'm going to release as many videos as possible. Come on, quickly. Okay, my sister's a big fan of Pokemon, and like she actually wanted me to make one. I made it. So until this thing's happening, you guys have to do few things. Type this. Now over here type code with your everything in capital. Okay, whatever. Come on. Okay, and over here. Okay, sorry. There's a subscribe button at top right. Hit that immediately. Over here. Talent. And an X press without an E. This over here. Subscribe now. Both are my channels. And we are done, guys. Oh, wait. What happened? Did our build fail? Why? Never mind. My other method is not really that good. So, anyways, not recovery drive, data drive. So I need the YT vid thing right now. YT Pokedex distribution file. That's empty. Okay, it's just fine. All we gotta do is do the same thing but without a -f. PyInstaller icon, and let me remove this. Why? Why do I always have to fail? Never mind. Just delete this file. Delete. I really like to delete from this thing because it deletes most of the stuff. Nice. Let's get our terminal out of here and then again run I install dash I wait dash icon I installer. Okay, just a second. Pencil, blah, blah. Oh, I forgot I forgot to do one thing. I'm very sorry, guys. We forgot to add dash w and then dash icon is icon.ico, and at last we just got to do one thing, and that is main.py. Come on, don't fail this time. Okay, anyways, for the ones who are waiting for Linux and Mac OS, do one thing: create a new file called setup.py and be ready. If you just install cxfreeze, all you gotta do is open the website pyp.org and cxfreeze and you're done. That's it. Okay, so once it is done, we will have our executable and distributable ready. Okay. Fail. No, why do I always have to face failure? Never mind, I'm going to use the same old technique. Okay, anyways, let's continue. We are going to import sys. Sys is an inbuilt module, so you don't need any other thing. So wrong. Cxfreeze import, but not in monkey, import, sorry. Set up executable. Next we are going to create a base. We're calling this base none, so it's just an inbuilt function of Python. Next, okay, I don't really know for Mac or Linux how this thing works. You can browse some other tutorials. So Windows specifically, so I'm very sorry, guys. You can follow the whole thing in, but only this if statement you have to change. That's it. When if sys.platform, sorry, sys.platform is in 32. If sys.platform is dot, yeah, you have to do that only. When 32. Yeah, that's it, guys. So if sys.platform is win32, if you're on Linux you can just do .win or something like that, or even Mac. I don't know exactly Linux or Mac what is it. So I'm on Windows, so I just need to do win32, and we are going to set our base. We're going to set our base to, what do you say that, win32gy. Base is win32 GUI, obviously GUI. Okay, next up we need the options. Ops this is a dictionary, so include underscore files is how to add icons in CX phrase. That's beautiful. Come on, no way. I need to add an icon. Okay. So can we actually add an icon? How to add an icon to installer.exe to CX phrase executable. What? Icon. Where is the icon? Never mind. Let's just give a try ourselves. Include files is nothing. And includes RE. Setup. And our name is Pokedex. And our version is 1.0. Then the description, Pokedex to know about Pokemon, and the author. I'm the author, so I'm putting my name. You can put your own name. Shikhar. Then the options of build underscore exe is to ops. Then executable is executable of our main.py, and our base is base. Our icon is icon.ico. Just giving a try for the icon. Okay, I don't really know how it is for icon. Oh, come on, I forgot. Sorry. Clear everything. Python setup.py build. Okay, I think we should convert this to an MSI installer also after this. Gonna be fun. Do you know why? What's the problem? Just close the setup.py. Wait. Takes a lot of time, so I'm pausing the recording for now. And once we're done, I will again resume it. So our whole thing is done. Okay, it ended up with an error, and the error is the icon. Why always me? Let me try with my installer once again. I don't know why, but I don't want to just give up on Pi installer. It's so amazing, but today I don't know what's happening. What the damn hell is happening? Let's just run Pi installer main.py and see what happens. Okay, so it has actually made it when we only ran Pi installer main.py, but I didn't do it when we run Pi installer main underscore whatever. So anyways, why is this thing popping up? Anyways, let's just cd into our dist folder, cd into whatever folder is there, and run main.exe. Please run. I don't know why it's not running nowadays, but it's all good. See, it ran, but I'm still not satisfied. I need Pi installer main.py and bit -w or with dash non-console, I guess. No console, not non-console. -f create only single file, slower to run, easier to distribute. Nah. Or should I? Okay, anyways, let's continue. What we need to do next is no console. Okay, -f and -i icon.ico. Oh, come on, control C, not IVO, ICO. Please come on, do it for your master, that is me. I don't know why it's not happening. Other time it always happens. I literally made this desktop app on my taskbar using Pi installer. Word clone basically. Give it a try. Oops. Okay, we have it. -i file.icon. I don't know why this is happening, but last time I did this, it literally worked. Come on, do it. Error. How to add an icon? cx3 is an exe file. Should work actually. So now not always related to here. Icon equals icon there, I see. It's worth a shot to it. What is it? Let's give a try once again. Icon setup.py. Get any kind of irritating now because it's not happening continuously and I had to waste at least half an hour for this one, or maybe less than that, but still it's kind of irritating now. This is gonna take some time, so I'm just pausing the recording for. So as expected, again from CF3s it did not happen. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set these things in my setup.py and create a variable over here. I'll call this target and run this executable over here. And I saw this on Stack Overflow here. We're going to create a script, and the script is main.py. It gets irritating after a while when nothing works. Then we want to create a base win32 GUI. That's my base. You guys, whatever base you have, you can use that. Then what I will be needing is compress files, copy. What exactly did I say? Yeah, we can just copy all this, you know. Really. Let me get this. Let me get this straight. It has to work now. This executable is just for target. Just work. Come on. Python setup.py build. It's gonna take time. I'm pausing the recording for now. Once again, compress. Okay, maybe that's not because it's there over here. Again, copy. Okay, now what? Okay, so I'm again on the recording. How many times should I say that? Just if you guys didn't have any error while Pi install or anything like that, I'm happy for you. But I'm having errors, and for the ones who have errors, I'm showing just alternatives. So enjoy. And like, just open youtube.com and slap like on all of my videos immediately. Okay guys, so looks like I'm having a lot of errors and it's not fixable. So anyways, the Pi install thing has worked and we are just going forward for the last step right now. Open our distribution file, open the main. And this is our exe file over here. Why it's not working, I'm very sad for that. Now I just copy this to our desktop. When you hit it like that, wait a second. Not working, eh? Delete. In taskbar. Okay, I append this to my taskbar and it has worked, but I'm not satisfied because this console is showing up, which I will delete in just a minute. Open the taskbar. So let's just run this. Pi installer main.py dash no console. I don't know why all these problems are coming up. Okay, I just did that. I just want to try icon once again. It's because when I made my other thing, it actually worked. Icon.config. Never mind. I don't want to waste much time of yours and might also have to record many videos. Just hit yes for every damn thing this thing asks. Okay, it's completed successfully once again. And if we again open our distribution file, we have the main. And this time, it's here. This time we click this. I hope the console doesn't open. And it's done, guys. How's that? So let's spin this to our taskbar. Done that. Drag it out. Drag it out. Ah, never mind. The taskbar thing works. So enjoy this now. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'm sorry for wasting your time for all these errors. And see you guys later in another video. Bye. Slap like, remember that.